that good. I'm feeling pretty good. Well, week one's in the books. It's 1 week, right? Start of week 2 is 2 days away, though. Well, Chiefs, Chargers, by the numbers, how they looked in their openers. How about this? Tyreek who? Patrick Mahomes recorded his 6th career game with 5 touchdown passes against the Cardinals. The only quarterbacks with more 5 touchdown games in NFL history, Drew Brees, Brady, and Peyton Manning. Justin Herbert knocked off the Raiders, recording his 14th game with 3 or more passing touchdowns. 4th most by a player in his first 35 career games all time. And one other standout performance, Travis Kelce recording his 30th career game with 100 receiving yards, joining Gronk and Tony Gonzalez as the only tight ends to reach that mark 30 times. And we got coverage from both teams. Lindsey Thiry is with the Chargers. Michelle Steele is with the Chiefs. Let's start with Lindsey first here. Lindsey, what are the Chargers saying about facing Mahomes on the road, especially after his week 1 performance?
Kevin, keep Patrick Mahomes in the pocket. That is the Chargers defense reoccurring theme as they prepare for facing the Chiefs quarterback. Khalil Mack told me that Mahomes seems to make his best throws when he gets out, so they must keep that to a minimum. And safety Derwin James, he grew a big smile when he thought about playing Mahomes behind a pass rush of Mack and Joey Bosa, but he also said in the secondary they have to cover their guys for a little bit longer because of Mahomes' ability to extend a play. And finally, Coach Brandon Staley, the defensive play caller, he says they cannot let Mahomes get comfortable.
He's just a very complete player at the position. He's got outstanding football intelligence, smarts, command at the line of scrimmage. He can really hurt you post-snap. He's got, outstanding field vision, so he can really see the field. He's accurate at all 3 levels of the field. I think he really sees the game like a point guard, a guy that can really distribute the football. He's a lot bigger guy than anyone realizes. This guy's a really hard guy to tackle because he's bigger than people think. He's a winner. The guy, since he's come into the NFL, he's won a lot of football games. So he's got real toughness. They follow him, and as tough of a cover as there is in the NFL.
And Kevin, a couple of injury updates. Staley told me that receiver Keenan Allen, it's not looking great as he continues to recover from a hamstring injury. And cornerback J.C. Jackson, there's a 50-50 chance he plays Thursday night as he continues to recover from last month's ankle surgery.
And of course, we're talking about a short week. Thank you so much, Lindsey. And let's stick with injuries here, Michelle. Mahomes fell on his left wrist in that win over the Cardinals. How's he feeling right now with that short week of rest to get ready for the Chargers?
Yeah, pretty good so far, Kev. But of course, as we all know, it's always big news when Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes lands on the injury report, and that's where he's been this week. He was listed with an injury to his left wrist. That's his non-throwing wrist. Now, he injured that, as you mentioned, falling on that wrist during the game, his first touchdown pass on Sunday against the Arizona Cardinals. Now, I should say that we were at practice this afternoon. We did see some trainers wrapping that wrist with tape, and then he went on to throw the football without any visible limitations. Indeed, he was listed as a full participant at practice. And the most important thing that I can update you guys on today is that Mahomes himself says that wrist is on an upward trajectory.
It got a little sore yesterday, but then today it felt a lot better. So we kind of got in the training room, got a little work on it. Haven't actually had any time today to even get any work on it, but it's already felt a lot better. So take care of it. Kind of just keep some stuff on it, but other than that, I mean, it feels great today. So hopefully it keeps getting better like this, and I'll be good to go on Thursday.
Now, even with the injury on Sunday, Mahomes finished the day going 30 for 39 for 360 yards, and yes, 5 touchdown passes. So even though it's a short week, he does have some rest. He said it'll feel sore, but he'll be just about okay, more than okay, I think, for Thursday. And you know what, Kevin? He's going to be motivated because, and he talked about that today, the Chargers came here to their home, Arrowhead, and beat the Kansas City Chiefs. So they know what's at stake here with a big division rival.
Michelle, Lindsey, thank you so much. Cannot wait. There's a lot of season left to play. We're not panicking. It's 1 week, like Elle said, but some teams' playoff hopes took a little hit here. According to our FPI, the Chargers and Chiefs saw their chances to make the playoffs rise big time. The Raiders and Broncos took a hit. Denver now with just a 28% chance after that stunner last night, Elle.
Oh, what a blowout loss, starting with what would have been a 75-yard touchdown pass. Aaron Rodgers took it easy on rookie wideout Christian Watson individually, but he did blast the receiving corps in general for not being prepared. Rodgers still talking about it today on the Pat McAfee Show.
Drops are going to happen. They suck more when it would have been a walk-in touchdown, but the ones that are most frustrating are the mental mistakes, and we made way too many of those on Sunday, and that's what we got to clean up. There's going to be drops. You hope not for a touchdown again, or at least not a bomb touchdown, but it's the mental mistakes we really got to clear up.
RC, what's the sound? Beep, beep.
Oh, that is the bus backing up over people.
Correct. So how long is that going to hold okay in the locker room if you're Aaron Rodgers receivers?
What you gonna do?
Right.
Be honest. Like it's not necessarily about whether you dislike it or not. It's about what are you going to do if you're a wide receiver in that locker room other than go out and make plays. You know who he never spoke about that way? Devontae Adams. He never spoke about Jordy Nelson. He never spoke about Greg Jennings, because those guys continue to go out and make plays. And I get it. You want a quarterback, especially of his caliber, of his tenure, to back young wide receivers. You want him to build them up with positivity and not negativity. That's not who Aaron Rodgers is. And if you're a part of that locker room, you aren't surprised by this. You didn't believe that he was going to be anything different. So all you can do is go out and make plays. And I'm going to be honest, Christian Watson isn't paid to make Aaron Rodgers like him. What he is paid to do is catch the football, and he did not do that. It doesn't take Aaron Rodgers to point that out. It doesn't take a genius. It just takes someone with eyes to be able to see it. Those wide receivers have to play better. The big thing is this. If the passing game never gets going, none of us are going to sit here and question number 12. We're all going to say it's because of the receivers around him, because we've seen him do it for a decade and a half and have 4 MVPs to show for it.
We already have. We've said it a million times, right? They never give him any help at wide receiver, and he still does it plenty. The Packers trying to rebound next week. They'll host Chicago Sunday Night Football. Ryan Clark coming back to hand out some awards right here on SportsCenter. But they're not your dad's awards.
No, they're not. Aaron Rodgers, and 10 other Week 1 starting quarterbacks did not play in the preseason. Keep that in mind. Those 11 quarterbacks combined for a 3-8 record. Some notables include Russell Wilson, who lost last night, Joe Burrow, Kyler Murray. Important to note, some played each other in Week 1, like Rodgers and Kirk Cousins. For much more on this topic, Tony and Mike in tonight's PTI bonus topic.
All right, Wilbon, NFL quarterbacks not playing in the preseason, these exhibition games, is it something or nothing?
Tony, I think it's something, not playing in any. You know, I don't care about exhibition season, preseason, whatever you want to call it. I know you care about it as little as I do. But I look at the case of Aaron Rodgers, and I think you have to go case by case. Aaron Rodgers doesn't need to play in preseason for Aaron Rodgers. He doesn't need it, not a damn snap. But he's got all these kiddies out there, all right, the uninitiated, right, these neophytes out on the perimeter. They need it, and they need him. And, you know, I think about specifically, like, it seems so unnecessary when Tom Brady, like, makes everybody come to his house and drink milk and eat cookies and run around in the backyard. He throws them passes. No, because he knows what he's doing. They need the work. Right. They need it. So Aaron Rodgers' guys needed the work. They didn't get it. They look bad. I hope it hurts them for week 2. Because they play the Bears in Lambeau Sunday.
So I think the statistic is they're 3-8. Quarterbacks who didn't play at all ended up 3-8. Now, if you ask me, is it something or nothing, don't just ask me about this year. Is there a trend? Have you researched this? What about 5 years ago, 3 years ago? What about 3 years down the road? Because if it's just now, then I don't really know how to interpret it. Because here's what I'd tell you, Mike. I would tell you that Joe Burrow's team should have won. Okay, I would tell you Dak Prescott got hurt in the game, and he wasn't in there at the end. I would tell you Russell Wilson's team should have won, and that would make it 6-5. If Justin Herbert and Carr play against each other, well, one of them has to lose. There's an old saying, what are the 3 kinds of lies out there? Lies, damn lies, and statistics. And I think this is part of that. So at the moment, I'm going to say this is nothing.
No, we can't say it's nothing. Can you keep the coach off the sideline for the first regular season game and a preseason game if he's going to choose his kicker over his Hall of Fame-bound quarterback? Can you make that adjustment? That's it. We're done. Back to you.
Our own ESPN NFL Power Rankings are updated, guys, after week 1. And here's what we got. Still the Bills at number 1, clearly, right? After their takedown of the defending Super Bowl champs, Chiefs move up from 4th to 2nd after they dominated the Cardinals. How about another AFC West team, though, making a jump? Chargers went from 8th to 4th. That's because Herbert threw 3 touchdowns as they took down the Raiders. But they will get a big test on Thursday night. They're visiting the Chiefs. And then there's the teams that plummeted. Pew! That's the Cowboys, right? From 10th to 26th. Dak Prescott's going to miss some time following surgery on his right thumb. That's part of the reason. But also that offense was anemic, and that's putting it nicely. Ryan Clark is going to join us every Tuesday. Look at the jazzy music to hand out NFL superlatives. We'll call them the RC Awards. Name pending. It's not our best. All right, so we're going to start with some shocking things that happen. Who gets the Say What Award for most surprising turn of events?
Well, you know what people at the Star are doing right now, and Jerry's probably leading it saying, what you talking about, Willis? When you look at this team that's always counted in the playoffs, you think the NFC East is going to be theirs year in and year out. This wasn't a team that was playing that way before losing Dak Prescott. No pass protection. You didn't see wide receivers get in separation. And that run game of Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard wasn't producing in the way they need to in order to beat teams that are stacked like Kevin Nagande's Philadelphia Eagles. If they don't find a way to protect Cooper Rush and get some playmakers on the outside that can get the ball in their hands and do some things, this is a team that's not going to win many games without Dak Prescott and may find themselves out of the playoff hunt very early.
I really like